Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I don't know why, I see that this Assassin's Creed Shadows thing, debate or whatever, it is still going on, so I figured I'd react to a recent video of somebody talking about to see if the conversation has gotten any more interesting. I saw that, like, Ubisoft made an apology or whatever, which I could be wrong, but it feels kind of weird that they're making an apology, because it's like I know that that people are having debates in, like, historians and academia within Japan are having, like, debates or whatever around whether or not Yasuke was a samurai. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft explicitly said that. I'm pretty sure they never explicitly said that he was actually a samurai. I could be wrong. In fact, we're going to watch this video. And then I also have this Ubisoft video from 2 months ago where they explain who Naoe and Yasuke was. I believe this video was made, like, before the controversies. So we're going to see. We're going to get to the bottom of this, okay? But my basic thoughts up front. I have no idea whether or not Yasuke was a samurai. I don't really care. Like, I'm not invested in him being a samurai or not being a samurai. Because when this whole thing initially started, my take was it doesn't really matter as far as it pertains to Assassin's Creed Shadows whether or not he was or wasn't a samurai, because Assassin's Creed has always been historical fiction. Well, to be fair, I've only ever played one Assassin's Creed game, so I might be wrong about that. But in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I fought the Minotaur. I'm pretty sure it's more like pretty sure it's disputed whether or not the Minotaur was real. So clearly, Assassin's Creed is okay with taking myths and legends and making taking creative liberties as far as how they adapt his history and put it in their games. And I've seen clips from other Assassin's Creed games where, like, Da Vinci is making, like, flying machines for, like, the main character, and it's like it seems to be the case that Assassin's Creed has never been all about historical accuracy. So I've always thought it was really stupid that people were, like, holding Assassin's Creed to like a level of historical accuracy that it doesn't really appear to have ever been. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is like a Japanese guy, I guess. It says Japanese explains why new Ubisoft game is horrible. So we'll see his perspective here.
So Ubisoft made sorry but not sorry message.
Ooh.
Japanese and English versions.
Damn.
This really reminded me.
Bilingual is his superpower.
So there's a lie in this.
Ooh, a lie. Oh my gosh.
And there's other issues that people haven't talked
Ooh.
about. They really need to approach to Japan.
Ooh.
I'm going to explain 3 things. Ubisoft is doing a job for gaming community and the Japanese culture.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a community knowledge.
Hold on, wait. Where's my? Oh wait, never mind. Okay, sorry. I was technical thing that I was worried about. Don't worry about it.
On the X, that Japanese word for Ubisoft message, which they deleted afterward, is, and this is Google Translator. In the sorry but not sorry statement, they're saying this is fiction. But is. Actually, you can still read it. And this note said, historical accuracy has been confirmed. It has all the information we needed to reconstruct what Japan was like in the 16th century. It's well described. Conduct further research and
Okay, this is so stupid. Like, the thing about Assassin's Creed is that, yes, they try to be, like, historically accurate in a lot of ways, but not everything is going to be historically accurate. And yes, they are going to take creative liberties. So, like, they want to make it feel like Japan. They want to make it feel like you're walking through Japan, and they want to be accurate in, like, a lot of ways. But yes, the fact that they conducted thorough research and they talked with experts and whatnot, that has nothing to do with them also wanting to take like a bit of a leap with Yasuke potentially. Like if you really want to nail Ubisoft down to something, you would have to find a quote of like a developer or the game director or whatever explicitly stating and taking a hardline stance on whether or not Yasuke was a samurai. That's the important part. So, like, this is cringe as fuck.
Compared to the result with experts. Historical fidelity maintained. So there's a Famitsu, Japanese gaming magazine. In the interview, they clearly said it's a game based on history, and we want players to have opportunity to interact with history. The reason why we maintain historical accuracy in this work, we didn't feel the need to change that. Also, they're saying you can learn history of Japan.
Yeah, it's just like this is just I'm pretty sure I'd be willing to bet that they've said this stuff about every Assassin's Creed game. I'd be willing to bet that they said the same thing about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That they were like, we did research and we discussed with historians and experts, and when you walk through our world of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, we wanted to make it feel like you're actually walking through ancient Greece. Yes, I'm sure they've done this so that it feels like ancient Greece, and a lot of it probably is historically accurate in terms of architecture and whatnot. But when it comes to the games, but like when it comes to the narrative and the characters, yes, they're going to take historical accuracy. Like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like Cassandra wasn't real. Cassandra didn't actually interact with all of the real historical figures that are in that game. It's just so cringe, like to like try and nitpick these quotes that aren't about Yasuke. It's Yasuke himself. Like, again, if they explicitly said that Yasuke was a samurai, that's the quote that we need to find. Not quotes about them vaguely talking about historical accuracy. Because when they say that, they're not actually saying that literally everything in our game is historically accurate.
That's a huge lie. So okay, so maybe I can help you if you want to write next, like story statement. So this is my suggestion. The fact that telling point of Assassin's Creed, the shadow was historically accurate, and you can learn history of Japan. But we didn't know that Japanese people said no
But that's the thing. It's not... Okay, I'll let him get to that part.
to us. So we surprised. But yeah, it's fiction now. 100% fiction. A fantasy story based on undiscovered or real time.
The game is not 100% fiction. I am sure that like a lot of the game is going to be historically accurate. I'm pretty sure a lot of the architecture is going to be historically accurate. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot of real historical figures that you can interact with. And I'm pretty sure that to some extent you can learn, like you will be able to learn about Japan. And like I believe that I could be wrong, but I believe Assassin's Creed Odyssey had like a mode that you could turn on where you could read like actual historical facts. So like yeah, like you just have to not be a retard. And you can't just assume that literally everything that you're looking at is going to be real. And if you see something that's interesting, then yeah, you might want to look a bit deeper into it, or maybe turn on. Or again, I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily a mode, but I believe this was a mode in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, yeah, then turn on like the mode where you actually read about the history. But it's like, and you know what? I will give you this. Maybe they shouldn't necessarily say that learn about the history of Japan. Like that might like I don't think that's that egregious of a thing to say, because you probably will be able to learn a decent amount about Japan through playing the game. But I will say that does open them up to nitpicking, right? Because somebody might say like, you said that you could learn about Japan in the game, but you took this creative liberty here. So what do you mean? When it's like, they don't mean that literally all of the game is real. Ooh.
And also, they're still saying on their website, description of Yasuke is still in.
Even on the website, it says in Yasuke, the powerful African samurai of historical legend. Legend. Even in here, they're clearly not saying that he definitely was a samurai. Okay, like I just wanted to be clear that I understand what a legend technically means. It says here, a traditional story, sometimes popularly regarded as historical, but unauthenticated. Like the legend of King Arthur. Even in the thing that you're pointing out, they're not saying that, they're not making like a definitive stance.
The powerful African samurai of historical legend. Okay, so let's just stick to the fact about Yasuke. Okay, so there's no document or no single evidence that Yasuke was samurai. All X-rated about Yasuke as samurai, whoever they are, it's just theory. There's a Japanese historian,
That's just a theory, a game theory.
Yuichigaza, concluded that theory that Yasuke became a samurai is based on solely on the just one variation of the Shincho Koki manuscript. Therefore, we should be cautious about concluding he was a samurai. Just know this Shincho Koki.
Bro, like, listen, did he have a sword? If he had a sword, then I want to play as a black guy with a sword. You know what? There we go. Boom. That's all I need to know.
60 variations. And then the one is saying Yasuke got some sort of short sword or house, or just one of them. Just one variation of 60s. So, what theory you believe is your choice. Okay? But attempting to change Japanese history just because that is the way you want is wrong. And the Japanese have a right to protect it.
Yeah, like you have like I know that there's like a war going on the on the Yasuke Wikipedia page. If you want to go after whatever historian you feel is doing a poor job of interpreting documents or whatever, that's totally fine. But to go after Ubisoft for an Assassin's Creed game, that's stupid. It is stupid to go after a piece of historical fiction. That's what it is. I don't think they've ever claimed to be anything more than that.
And the next one. So I got a lot of comments from this video. It has at least 8,000 for now. I see a lot of these comments asking me, hey Shohei, I wonder what your opinion is. That Resident Evil 5 can't get remastered because it would be racist as a white.
Yeah, so just to be clear, the people that are saying that that Resident Evil 5 is bad or it would be canceled nowadays because you can't have a white guy shoot up a bunch of African zombies or whatever happened in that game, I never played it. That's stupid. But just to be clear, if you have a problem with Yasuke being a black guy, like killing a bunch of African people or killing a bunch of Japanese people, if you're clutching your pearls because you're like, oh, Japanese culture, my Japanese culture is being insulted, you are just as stupid. You are two sides of the same coin.
Zombie Africans. But in AC Shadow, master Japanese warrior as a black samurai, it seems pretty racist too. And I got a lot of comments from Asia saying that. Some even say this is.
I am Taiwanese and Japanese woman living in Los Angeles, and when the anti-Asian hate started and got worse during COVID, after that man murdered all those women, I also became very fearful but also angry because... Okay, this is actually a sad thing. I'm not gonna... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to read that. I thought it was gonna be cringe. I'm sorry. I also became fearful but also angry because I noticed most of the news didn't care very much about it. Okay, sorry, Miss Shala. Okay, maybe this one will be cringe. Ubisoft basically made a hate crime simulator overflowing with racist tropes. Once again, Asian men are being denied a leading role and relegated to villains and cannon fodder. Bro, what the... how many Japanese samurai games are there? I feel like there are a lot of them. Whether it be like fucking, like Sekiro or, what's that game that came out? Ghost of Tsushima or The Last Ronin. What is it? Ronin something, the PlayStation exclusive that just came out. How many fucking what is it? The Warriors games, like how many of those are there? Listen, like that's great, right? But like I'm pretty sure that you're not thirsting for more like samurai games with Japanese leads. In fact, I've been getting to the point where anytime I see and this is what it is, like I feel like I've seen so many samurai games with Japanese guys, not necessarily because they're Japanese, but because I've seen so many like guys with sword games, Asian guy with sword games. I've honestly not even really been able to tell them apart most of the time whenever it shows up in like a games showcase. So like if anything, Assassin's Creed Shadows is interesting in like because of the fact that it feels different from a lot of those games, from your Ghost of Tsushima's and your The Last Ronin or whatever that game is called, the PlayStation exclusive, or your Ghost of Tsushima's. Oh wait, the story takes place in Asia but focuses on a non-Asian character. Hey! You're literally erasing your own Asian character. There's Naue or whatever, the girl. She is an Asian character. It focuses on her just as much as Yasuke. In fact, you can make the choice on whether or not you want to focus on Yasuke or the Asian character. You're erasing your own Japanese people. Non-Asian main character easily defeats Asians at their own culture. Not true! One of the main characters is Asian. Non-Asian male easily massacres Asian men, perpetuating the stereotype that... Bro, what the fuck are we talking about right now? Oh my god, what the fuck? What are we... Yes, whenever you have like a main hero character, they're going to be able to easily take out a lot of the other characters. Why are we making this a race thing? Wait, bro, listen, I'm sorry. Like I said, the people that like think that, oh, you can't remake Resident Evil 5 today because you can't kill black people in a game, that's stupid. That's really stupid and cringe. This is just as cringe as that. It is. It is. You can cry about it. You can act like we're not talking about two sides of the same coin, but we are.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 5, I can get that some people might get triggered, but if that's so, why this is okay? And in case Ubisoft...
They're both fine. They are.
Often IGN doesn't know anything about Asian hate crime after pandemic. Asian hate became more obvious. I'm not gonna show you
Bro, this is so cringe.
set on fire. And
In Assassin's Creed Shadows, you can do all of that, but as an Asian, okay? You can do Asian on Asian crimes.
Asian woman was brutally assaulted on the street in New York, but no one helped. And the old Asian man was pushed to the ground by a stranger and died.
Bro, this is quite literally just Fox News talking about GTA. Do these people not realize that that is who they've become? They have actually just become Fox News saying that GTA causes mass shootings.
And the man was pushed to the subway rail and died. And the list goes on. I want to be very clear about what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Not accusation of a black community. We all know racism is a systematic issue, and I believe we need to stand together against that. This FBI 2022 hate crime statistic show that there were 499 reports anti-Asian hate crime in the US. 41% of these are committed by white offenders. 29% were committed by black offenders. Why do you consider population size? White people make up 75%
What?
of the US population. Black people make up 14%. And the Asian people make up 6%. Yes, most offenders are white, but the ratio of black offenders compared to their population size is extremely high. Black individuals are involved in anti-Asian hate crime at the rate more than twice their...
Yeah, I don't care. This has nothing to do with a fucking video game. Just because, like, I don't know, maybe this is true. I don't fucking know. I'm not, like, qualified to analyze statistics like that. It has nothing to do with the video game that we're talking about. Like, a fucking video game isn't gonna, like, affect these statistics. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Especially when, in the game, you can also play as an Asian. Again, this is just Fox News. They've turned into Fox News complaining about Call of Duty. I don't know if they've realized. I don't know if, like, we'll just say the right, you know, we'll just call the people that are attacking Assassin's Creed Shadows, like, the right or whatever. I know it's the politics of all of this is not quite as simple as that, but I don't know if they even realize, or if they have the self-awareness to realize that they have become the SJWs that we all used to criticize.
in the population. This is really painful reality for Asian community, including myself. But yeah, why IGN is kind of promoting Assassin's Creed and then not talking about this issue as if there's no Asian hate, and why Ubisoft
Yeah, I mean, IGN is probably retarded. I mean, let's be. That's not surprising.
is making this game in 2024. To be fair,
No, Ubisoft should be able to make this game if they fucking want to. Shut the fuck up. You can like artists should be able to make art, okay? They shouldn't be fucking like unless the game itself is unless the game itself has some kind of like has some kind of negative message explicitly, like unless the game promotes hate crimes and these aren't like villainous characters or whatever, and like it's like and it seems to be like the message of the game somehow that Asian hate is okay. Like unless you play the game and you can actually like reasonably come to that conclusion, just having a game where you are a black guy and you're in Japan, so naturally the enemies are going to be Japanese. That in and of itself is not like a reason to try to correlate it with Asian hate. That's stupid. I mean, that's just stupid.
there are some Asians who are racist, but I believe we, like all people, all human beings, hate racism, right? And I believe portrayed
Guys, can we get a racism bad in the chat? Guys, can we get L racism?
Asian hate are a trigger, and it will worsen tension between our communities. Some people
Wow.
suggest games, but video game industry is bigger than music industry.
Wow. True.
So video game has huge influence on our lives. So I really think
Bro, this is literally just Fox News complaining about GTA. That's literally what it is. Oh my gosh, there's video games have so much influence. If a kid plays Assassin's Creed Shadows, he's gonna learn to hate Asian people. What? This is literally what's happening.
trying to do some diversity and equality, and doing this is really hypocritical and unprofessional. And here's things, and there's a Japanese female ninja.
I mean, at least he acknowledges her. It feels like most people talking about this. Like, I've seen so many tweets of people being like, I wanted to play as an Asian person, as an Asian character in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And they literally just ignore the fact that you can play as an Asian person if you want to. And it's like I guess they probably just don't want to deal with the optics of saying that they don't want to play as a woman. That's probably what it is.
As main character. I wonder why Ubi thought Asian female character is not enough to represent the video game set in single player in Japan. Who's a racist here?
It's not. What are you talking about? It's not that it's enough. Well, to be fair, like, yeah, like it's in like I actually think that the way that they're handling it now is super interesting because I believe beforehand, at least this was the case in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like there were two protagonists technically, but you had to choose between them at the beginning of the game, and then you couldn't switch between them. And I believe they like played the same. I believe this is like the first time in Assassin's Creed where the two characters play completely differently. So like Yasuke is more of a brute character, and Naue or whatever is more of a stealth character. So, and the characters themselves are like unique and they can interact with each other. So what do you mean? It's like, oh, it's not enough to carry the game. It's like, no, they were probably just wanting to make it more interesting. Like what? That's just stupid. Because by the way, you could make that same. You could make the same. You could like if you want to make that cringe like complaint, you could literally say the same about all the other Assassin's Creed games, where you can choose between a male and a female. It's like, what? You didn't think that the woman was enough to carry. You didn't think that Cassandra was enough to carry Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Why even have the option to be a male character? Because more options for the player is generally going to be better. And in this game, and in the case of Assassin's Creed Shadows, having different playstyles between them is just going to make it more interesting. Like, why do we have to make it all some weird cringe ass like fucking culture war thing? It's so stupid.
There's no respect for Japanese people and culture and history. They're using Japanese culture, but they're just using us to push their agenda or the business. So, for example,
Bro, listen. I think that this is so fucking stupid. This idea that people own their histories. Like, history is history, okay? If Ubisoft, a French company, wants to make a game about Japanese history and they want to take their own creative liberties with it, they should be open to do that. Like, Japanese people don't own Japanese history. The same way that like if a Japanese studio, like anime studio, wanted to make an anime about the Revolutionary War, and George Washington was like a Japanese George Washington, actually, he was a Japanese robot samurai character sent from the future. And he was the ultimate guy that like that changed the tide of the Revolutionary War. Like, if they wanted to do that or have their own Japanese self-insert character, fine. I don't care. Like, you're never gonna catch me be like, how dare that Japanese anime studio? They're not respecting our culture. They're not respecting American culture. They're just using American culture for their own profits. Like, yeah. Oh, the video game is made for a profit? Wow. Oh shit, really? Like, this is so stupid. Like, just let artists make art. Okay? Let artists take from history and like take their creative liberties with said history. And then once the game comes out, once the piece of art comes out, we consume it, and then we judge it on whether it's good or bad. Like, why do we need to fucking autistically tell artists, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do this, oh, you're being disrespectful to Japanese culture. Well, it's like, oh my god. Like, again, unless like the game comes out and there is some like explicit or like anti-Asian message in it or something like that, then we can have a conversation on whether or not the product is being like overtly disrespectful. But like, taking creative liberties with history is not that. It's just not. And this like idea that, oh, Japanese people own the history of Japan, it's like, no, like, fuck off. Like, again, you're being just as cringe as the people that were like, oh, Ghost of Tsushima was made by an American studio. It's like, no, who cares? An American studio can make a Ghost of Tsushima game. A French studio can make Assassin's Creed Shadows. They can take historical fucking liberties. They can take creative liberties with history if they want to. It's fucking fiction. It's historical fiction. Who cares?
when they announced Japanese limited trailer, okay, that they are putting Chinese subtitle and they delete it.
Okay, that's fucking funny. What?
Set part. You can clearly see color in the alphabet, and it's really rough. And also, there's a copyright issue. There's some promotion that happened.
Yeah, but like all of that stuff are mistakes. Like fucking who cares? As long as they fixed it and acknowledged it. Like, this stuff are mistakes.
Protagonist in France, and they're showing katana and some Japanese stuff there related to Assassin's Creed, but there's I got some Japanese comment that don't laugh when I'm talking serious, but this is what Japanese I love, and this is ridiculous as hell. So they're using One Piece Zoro's katana that you can buy from Amazon. They just want to make some like an oriental vibe. They really like mixing things together, and also.
I mean, yeah, like, is that bad? Is it bad to mix things together? I don't even, like, is that even bad? I don't, like, who cares? I don't know.
Their interview, the reason why they didn't pick Japanese samurai is that they think it's not our samurai. So they want to have samurai that can represent their eyes.
Let's see. In an interview with Famitsu about Assassin's Creed Shadows, with Yasuke, I was first looking for a character who could be seen by us as a samurai, someone who is not Japanese. This part was quietly corrected, which may have been cause for the outrage around the world. What was it corrected to? I mean, yeah, that sounds kind of stupid. Was the person who said this black? I mean, I don't know. Or was it like a white guy?
This is
I don't know.
really disrespectful, and they're really looking down on Asian people. And the funny,
Okay, even if we take this quote right here at face value and say they were saying like, hey, yeah, we want like a non-Asian samurai because so that people who maybe want to play as like a character that they maybe relate to more, like that's cringe, right? Like the idea that like that is cringe. But is that necessarily disrespectful? I don't even know if that's true. Again, it's retarded, right? Like the idea that, oh, you can't relate to the Japanese guy. Is that necessarily disrespectful, though? Because, by the way, again, all of you people that are mad about this, I know for a fact, I'm not saying this is all of you, but the Venn diagram exists. I guarantee a lot of you guys have said that, oh, I don't play as a female character because I can't relate to a woman. So I'm just, if you're going to say that this is disrespectful, is it okay to call you a sexist for saying that? Hey, I don't know.
main thing is that they are not even released the game. With the trailer, the way they promote this game, we can easily tell they really don't care about Japanese culture history. And again, we Japanese have a right to protect ourselves from the
See, this is cringe as fuck. What are you talking about, bro? It's a fictional game.
bullshit. We have right. And hope you agree with me. And we want your understanding to finish this bullshit. There's a petition still going on, and you can share this video or you can just talk about it like any social media you have. I really think we should stop this bullshit. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like button and your comment will
Okay, so that's kind of cringe. So yeah, I mean, if they explicitly said that was like, oh yeah, we chose Yasuke because, we want to have like a character that looks like us. That is cringe. Like I do think that that's cringe. Again, if that's like an accurate reading of that interview, I'm not entirely sure. I can't like read Japanese or anything. That's like the first thing that I've seen where it's like, okay, that's pretty cringe. But like, is it like you've disrespected us as a Japanese culture, even though you still have a Japanese character in there? I mean, like, fucking really, bro? Like, who? I don't think it's that serious. Okay, so I'm also curious. So I pulled this up. This is from 2 months ago, because I have seen this before, and I remember them like explicitly saying that Yasuke, or sorry, I don't think they ever explicitly said that Yasuke was a samurai. So I just want to make sure of that, okay? Because that's the big thing. If Ubisoft is explicitly making the statement that Yasuke is a samurai, if they've explicitly made that statement, then I think it is fair to go after Assassin's Creed Shadows for being like historically inaccurate or whatever. That's fair. But I just don't think they ever did that. So we'll see.
We want the player to experience the protagonist. We have two fantasies. With our dual protagonist, we have two fantasies: the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player.
Did this literally just open with them saying we have two fantasies? Okay, to be fair, he might just be referring to the fact that they're like people have the fantasy of the dream. People just want to play as both of these characters. Because I was about to say this did not just open with them explicitly stating that Yasuke isn't like necessarily a samurai. That would be crazy if this video just like explicitly says that and people are still like, you're historically inaccurate. Blah.
Protagonist, we have two fantasies: the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both fantasies into one character because samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot really mix them together.
The historical character of Yasuke presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done in Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we did know, or we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game starts.
Okay.
And that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
I remembered right. I don't think that Ubisoft ever explicitly says that yes, he was a samurai. They're literally saying here that there's not a lot that's known about him. And that we were able to take these facts and we just wanted to weave it into the story that we're telling. Oh my god, I just hope some of you guys can just recognize that you're literally being the SJWs that we all complained about like 5 years ago. That's what you are. Okay? The people like again, the people that are like complaining about Resident Evil 5 being like, "Oh, you can't make that today cuz you're killing black zombies." That's retarded. You're also retarded. You are. You're being retarded if you care about like if you think that Assassin's Creed Shadows is disrespectful to Japanese culture. That's also retarded. Sorry.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it
Again, I should also mention I could be eating my words in the next 3 minutes.
perfect fit because he's discovering Japan, and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naue, who comes from a province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area, fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
When Oda came, he completely destroyed Iga. We have Yasuke and Oda that coming to destroy the shinobi, so it can kind of create this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Hitobayashi Nagato, who's her father.
Sorry, I'm going to be honest. I'm not even really paying that much attention to what they're saying about Naue. Just because she's not the matter of she's not the point of controversy here.
We understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learned from her father and the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom. And as a young person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight with all his advantage, his stature, like he's a big guy. He can break door. He can fight multiple enemies. He can break armor. Compared to Naoe, like her character and her outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen. She's the only one with hidden blades, so they have clear advantage that put tell them to calm down, even if they can do a bit of wrong.
They're really great paired together because on one side we have Naue, who's very intense and passionate and determined woman who is very set on her goals. She's kind of got her heart on
Woke.
in the heat of the moment. This intensity that she brings as a shinobi, but that she also brings to her relationship. And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naue's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke. Historically, he was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this?
Yeah, like noted again. At no point are they explicitly saying that he was a samurai. Oh my god, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. What are we even doing here? Oh my.
Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart.
Ugh.
He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
Bro, this is so fucking stupid. This is so stupid. Again, listen. If you can point me to an explicit quote, if you can point me to an explicit quote from Ubisoft where they had a stance where they said Yasuke is definitely a samurai, I'd be open to reading that or watching it if it's in a video. I would absolutely be open to seeing that and then going, you know what? If that's what they're saying, then it is fair to involve them in the debate about whether or not Yasuke was a samurai. But I haven't seen them doing that. As far as I can tell, this game is explicitly historical fiction where they are going to take or creative liberties with the story that they're telling, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody getting mad about that, I don't care if you're a Japanese person or not, okay? If you're Japanese, you don't own history. People can still use history and tell stories with it. You're stupid. if you're like trying to say that this is disrespectful or whatever. So, that's my perspective. You can agree or disagree. That's what's beautiful about the internet, isn't it? I guess. I don't know. Is that the message that I have? At the end of this, we can all disagree or something. I guess so. Let me know what you think in the comments. Goodbye.